Here we are again.
Heading north past Diamond Park. A quadrant will be set up around his last known direction of travel. I got him.
Come on, buddy. Trying to make it chasey, bro. Where are your 14 friends, man? Wow, the guy's just escaping. And now he's saying lost track of him. Unbelievable. That's why you just gotta eliminate him. All of them, because they're only worth the bounty that you get for them when they cost the state, because they ain't following you. So if you have him in front of your hood, in front of your car, doesn't get him, you know? Just destroy him, because you might not ever see him again, because they're just escaping on being too dumb to follow you. There we go.
Yeah, stand by. I lost the visual. I am inside, repeat, I am inside, still code 3. Everyone, yeah. I need a type 1065 if possible. Units, just try to take me on. 1033. Get those units over here. Now. Vehicle through the block. Vehicle through the block. Hey, out. We lost the vehicle. Hey, you don't want to stop. He's still going.
I think there was a bug of them. They were just cut here.
Bravo 3-3. Please update us when you can. Still on him. No change.
There we go. It's a little double takedown. That's why you got a lot of muscle cars. They're just so nice and heavy through these kind of shenanigans. I even feel like that in a certain type of way. The bad handling and the drifting kind of helps with the pushing them away, right? Normally we think, hey, it's a grip, but I feel like when you like do something like this, for example, like this, where you're just like, there's so much force that the car generates in a way. It kind of helps. I mean, I guess it's just correlation with the weight, right? That makes this. But still. There we go. Oops. I just looked at my phone for a second because I got a call again.
Okay, now, take him down. Dispatch, our suspect is 1042 into Civic. Suspect 1042 into a rig. We're trying to box him in. Still on. PCLVA. PCLVA. We lost him. Stand by. Suspect's trying to run me off the road here.
I don't like this shortcut for some reason.
Suspect run a block. Stand by.
You do have your hands full, buddy. Preferably we end this just on level 3, so that we can just go right to level 3 chases next time we do our chase, so that we can spawn rest right with more police.
I found him. We're code 3. Lost visual. We're working to catch up. Hold on. 1025, my vehicle's done. Back on him, it's still running. This is 212, closing from the east with a bunch of other units. Let's just make sure this guy doesn't go anywhere. That's 2-4, also good.
So if I'm lucky, I can just escape now.
Cover unit heading up to the pursuit call. Be advised, this party was last seen.
There we go. With the races once again. Prefer to do them with this guy. Also just a bit more safe, so to say. I feel like not having the nitro is not a big problem, especially with a car like this. It's so nimble, so grippy, such good handling, which means you're not gonna get in a bad position, which means you're not gonna get the need for nitro. Hopefully. And I also think this car would be a good investment for some tuning. Actually, like we can actually put some good power in this because the handling is so good. I mean, you don't want to put a big engine or lots of horsepower, turbo upgrades, whatever, into the muscle cars, right? Into cars where you know you're not gonna be able to transmit that power to the ground because the handling is so trash, right? But this car is so nimble, like you can see, right? I mean, it's so good in handling. It doesn't lose much speed because of the grip while handling, which all the muscle cars do. So it makes sense to put a big engine in this because we're still going to be able to use all that power. So obviously, Nuzlocke Challenge is also about making the decision which car to tune, which car not to tune, right? Okay, 50 cents brother is already out, 10 cent. This is a little better. I actually try to make this one even harder by using the wheel, right? I have the Nuzlocke G93 or whatever it's called. And I tried making it work, and there's a couple of problems with it. There's most wrong with it. First of all, there's a stat zone, so using the wheel you have to really turn a lot, which then also makes it harder with pushing the button still, because if you turn your wheel 180 degrees, you're not able to push the nitrous button or the speed brake again, which you usually need when you do those kind of turns. Another thing is if you attach the wheel from I'm one of the only persons for some reason that had this problem with Most Wanted, supposedly, or maybe just no one else tried it, but I couldn't find anything in the forums. People have the same problem with other old games, other world racing games, but not Most Wanted per se, is that whenever I attach it, the menu just gets a constant push down, meaning you can't set anything in the menu because the menu is constantly being pushed down by the wheel, right? Which is just, yeah, super weird. I don't know why, but I tried everything and it's not nice. And also not good with the wheel anyway, so it would not last long in this exchange. But if I'm ever gonna get it to work, I'll definitely use it and make it. Maybe that's gonna be the next one, right? Nuzlocke challenge with a wheel, which is gonna be, yeah, I mean, it's gonna be crazy. I need some practice first with the wheel because otherwise not gonna last long. I think people usually just use the wheel Most Wanted, and please correct me if I'm wrong because I would love to play Most Wanted with a wheel if it's actually doable in the sense of actually gameplay wise making sense. But the way I see it from YouTube is I think people just use it with the drifting cars. So the drifting cars where you like put the aerodynamics to a very bad level so that the car has basically no grip and you can just drift and slide around and whatnot. And in that sense just use a wheel like that because you don't have to do much to get it to drifting. And just have some fun here and there, but not really like drive performance wise. So then we gotta get it right. Thank you for the boost. Just what I needed. Another thing I like to do in Most Wanted, when you overtake a car and you just slightly, you don't really touch it, but you just slightly, just almost crash it, just a millimeter from touching it. If you kinda like swipe it like that, some cars stop and other cars actually turn sideways on the road, right? Or they turn around, spin around. And this obviously creates blockades for the AI. The AI can drive perfectly. I mean, the other AI cars, the passenger cars, are just driving their road, right? When you do something like this, what I just did there, okay, it didn't really work, but you get the idea. And they stop. Yeah, it's not really good in handling that. Stopping cars, and with cars that are just spinning around, turning around, obviously, they can create obstacles for the opponents behind you, right? So this is something that you can do to further the distance between you and them while you're already ahead in the game. Yeah. Those and obviously learning how the police drives is some of the things that obviously just happen while you play the game, when you learn the game, so to say. And it's something that, yeah, you just do automatically, eventually. And also, what I learned is in some cases, crashing into a car, usually when the car is driving the same direction as you, the passenger cars, using them as brakes is sometimes better for your torque and just for your like overall speed than using your brakes, right? So for example, I'm driving 200 kilometers, my brakes are bad and I have to take this turn, there's just a passenger car in front of me. If I'm just ramming behind the car, or even with speed breaker sometimes, and then driving left or right wherever the turn goes into, it's usually better for my speed, because I just kind of take the torque and the RPM from the engine somewhat with me. It's better than braking and then accelerating again, you know, often. So that's something else to keep in mind. And overall, as you can see here, pretty much what I told in the beginning just came to fruition. Is I told you guys, having a car that's a bit slower, quote unquote, than our muscle car in this case, than our Camaro in this case, for the races is what you want. You don't need a sort of quote-unquote, or so to say, fast car for the race. Not at all. With a car like this that handles well, that has good nimble movements, it's grippy. Is other guys just driving slow because we're slow in their ratings, and we don't lose any speed in the turns, right? If you would have used the Camaro, this would be a way closer race because the Camaro would be faster, so the air would be faster, and in the turns it wouldn't slow down. But we would slow down because we have faultful handling. So handling is king when it comes to races. So we're always gonna have a nice nimble car, hopefully, for the races, so we can do even more shenanigans like this. And we're gonna take a nice muscle car that's nice and heavy for our cop chases. And the tuning shop is here, which allows us to maybe install some nitros into this.
Any more details on that?
All units be advised, no.
We don't have enough money. It's not nice. Let's see what else we could technically upgrade. Okay, ways. Next thing we could do is at easy. Obviously, you have to look at for our money. So always makes sense to skip someone or just upgrade the engine if you can wait to the next person, so to say. Now, easy is not that far away, but also not that close. So the ways upgrade would make sense, to be honest. Transmission would definitely make sense, even though he doesn't need it, because you already have great handling. Same goes for the wheels. But they're quite cheap for what they do, so yeah. Turbo could make sense. Turbo could be cool. Turbo and then engine maybe later on, but like I said, we don't really need it at the moment. And the game crashed. I don't know why, but for some reason, yeah, the Redux mod does it sometimes. See you in a minute.